Deb Harrison, Pickle Pong Deb. What a treat to have you part of the Pickleball Obsession. You have been obsessed by pickleball for how long? You were definitely a forerunner in playing and in teaching. How long?
Well, I started on a small court in Fort Myers, Florida. I
Okay.
was a tennis teacher, coach,
Okay.
and picked up the paddle for the first time in 2004, and I have
Wow.
never looked back.
Wow.
Never looked back.
So I would say that you are very much a forerunner of what's happened to a lot of us. I've been playing for 5 years, where we loved another racket sport. And for most people, it was tennis, for some racquetball, squash, ping pong, but mostly tennis. And I thought I really loved it. And I sure did. It was a beautiful sport, elegant, gorgeous, glorious, very difficult, very challenging.
Now,
And
if you think back in the early days in 2022, there's a lot of people from Arizona and California that were really already established
that's
pickleball players when I entered the scene. When I first went to a national tournament in 2009, after playing for 4 or 5 years, I did not know what a third shot drop was.
wow.
And I still won a gold medal in
Wow.
2009 with Bill Freeman. He was my first national partner. He doesn't play anymore because he has some leg issues, but I can remember that I had to work maybe 2 years just trying to do that stupid third shot drop.
Isn't that the pitch? We're going to do a show. I've done one already on the third shot drop. We could do 10 shows on it. It's that much of a head scratcher, and yet it's an essential idea to pickleball.
Even today, with all the speed and the new paddles, those good players that are playing professionally need to get that ball down
That's right.
or it is over,
That's
especially how
right.
they crack it.
Ain't that the
Yeah,
truth?
make that kitchen your friend. And it's a
Correct.
good start to get the
Yeah,
serving team in.
that's right. So, what I want to talk about is our age, yours and mine, but that of many other people. You and I are both north of 75. And you play like somebody, I don't know many 25-year-olds who play with the stamina and power and speed that you play with. And it's because you've kept yourself in amazing shape. It may be genetics, it might be your diet and supplements, it's your inner spirit. But I think it's something that a lot of us, as we go get older and older and become more obsessed by the joy of pickleball, we don't feel compromised by age. At least I don't. I find that people will say on a court, I some of the my favorite partners happen to be guys. One's 25 and one's 28 or 9. And they're perfectly happy to play with me. I always think, yike, are you like, is this like a charity team up? No, we're having a great time. We win a lot of games. It's great. I don't know any other sport where you could play with somebody with such a disparity of age. And even though they'll say he's young, that's why he got it. That's not why he got it. He's a good athlete and he's practicing and he's got good hand eye and ball awareness. What do
Hmm.
you think are the detriments to us of age?
Well, height for one thing. If I'm against it, people are going to lob me.
Yeah,
I just simply can't reach it if it's way over my head.
but you've always
You
been
look at you go look
right.
at some of the pros that play. Elise Jones is on the short side of players, so they need more quickness and more ability to move if you're compensating for a lack of height.
But
So when
that's
you
height,
look at
not
someone
age.
who's a 4'11" like me, that it over my head is going to be difficult for me to get. So then you talk about your partner, maybe hang back, maybe take the overheads, all that stuff.
But
Age
age-wise, you've
wise,
always been short. So if we're talking about age, I don't see it when I watch you play, and you continue to win championships in the various senior divisions. You were given some giant award by the state of Florida for being the most amazing female pickleball player. There was some other name for it, but that's what they meant.
2018 state champion, yeah,
Yeah,
of the year,
of the
of the
year.
decade, of the
Of the
decade.
decade. It was pretty awesome. So you teach people of every age, but you also play with people in rec play, I imagine. I don't know how much rec play you have time for. You have such a hard teaching schedule. But when you play with somebody younger, what do you feel you bring to the game as somebody older, or what do you feel is a
Well,
deficit?
you would hope that having played for 20 plus years, 24 years, that you would be wiser.
Yes.
You would have your shot selections be. But
Yes,
I think in the scheme of things, age matters.
it does.
Age does matter. As you get older, your reflexes get slower. For an example, about 6 years ago, I was playing in the 67 to 70 age group, and there were 72 teams at the Huntsman World Senior Games.
Oh my God.
72 teams. And then the
Wow.
next year, I was 70 plus, and I played in the 70 to 75 age group, and there were 6 teams.
6.
6 teams.
Wow. And that was
And
just a
now I'm playing in the
player.
75 to 80. And if I go to a tournament and there's more than 3 teams, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So just the scheme of things, as we get older, they drop out. They don't play anymore to
But what about
face.
the ones who stick with it and even keep working at it, like me, fanatically? How
Yeah. Yeah.
fast are
Well,
hands
you'll
up
always
fast
improve. You will always improve. You might get a
until
little slower, but you'll
right.
get wiser. You
So
get
the wisdom,
wiser.
let's talk about shot selection. When I watch you play, you, and I'm sure this is true of fine athletes who've played a long time, and they realize that they're a step slower, or in your case, even shorter than the next guy. You have a sense, it's clear to watch you, of where the ball's going to come from. Now, is that the wisdom of knowing where you sent the ball and where you intend it to come back to you? Is that
And
what, have you
it,
set it
it,
up?
it comes back to the respect the X, know the angle that is coming. You don't want to start a fight with someone who you think has better hands than you.
Ah,
You don't want to start messing with people who you think are real quick. So
yeah.
you got to keep that ball down so they can't get you up top.
So
Yeah.
what do you do? Go to their feet a lot or just softballs?
Go to the partner who
I
doesn't
see.
scare you as much.
Got
Don't
it.
play with fire. No?
I like that. And so as you're older, don't try to do what I sometimes do. It's like, I'm going to test him. Oh, whoops. I lost that test. So if I try to,
But it's fun, Tracy, testing
it
people too.
it is fun. But
Beat
then,
them.
but
Beat
you're
them.
saying if you test this person and they have lightning fast hands, yeah, don't do that again. Either do a different shot to them or do that to their partner and enjoy yourself.
Well, it's interesting. Jordan Briones, I've read a lot of his podcasts, is where you speed it up is as important of speeding the ball
Oh,
up.
so this is
Where
the
you
knowledge
speed it
that
up,
comes with
not just
age.
willy-nilly speed up,
All right,
just what you target.
we're gonna do another episode on speed ups and where I'm taking notes because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are just this fountain of knowledge that I adore. So part of it is to protect yourself by not putting yourself in a vulnerable position by doing something that somebody else is better at. You have
Mhm.
nothing to prove. You're out there. You're
Yeah.
you're living, breathing, moving, doing well. You don't have to say, "All right, I'm going to challenge myself and also see if I can beat this person who's a 4'5", 30-year-old guy." We don't
Yeah.
have to do that
Don't,
at our age.
no, you don't have to. What you could do is make them move so they're uncomfortable.
Yes.
When they get uncomfortable with the speed up, people speed up when they're comfortable. You haven't made them move.
Oh, nice.
You haven't made them move. You haven't gone to their right. You haven't gone to their left. Yep. Make a move. And that's the soft stuff that sets up the hard game. You're trying to make them move so they elicit a mistake. They try to be impatient and they try to speed up
Yes.
in improper. Now it comes up and now you can put it away.
So what about as we get older, should we develop a better ducking mechanism? Because I find that a lot of people, as they get better, don't necessarily get more control. Some of them, particularly the guys, but I've seen a lot of women do this, a lot of,
Kind of know where they are on the court when they're trying to drive.
and then
Know
you'll
where
know
they
going out.
if they're in front of the mid-court transitional area and
Yeah.
still trying to rip it right through you, it's probably going out.
Okay.
It's
Let
probably
it
going out.
go.
If
Stay out
it's
of the
hit
way.
hard and it's up near your shoulders, it's probably going out. Get out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a
So
good
where
thing
they're speeding it up.
is where they're speeding it up from lets you look brilliant because you've ducked and dodged.
Yeah. It's rising with speed going out. Now, the five that you let go that are out and the one that's in, it's just judgment. Yeah. But getting out of the way, ball go, know where
And
they speed it up from. Yeah.
so you're still ahead percentage wise because
Hmm.
five of them are out and they're beating themselves up in the paddle
Hmm.
on their thigh and or they're saying, how'd that happen?
Particularly when you make them move. When you make a move to the right and move to the left, just a smidge. Now they're running to hit and they're not stable. So you
Right.
want to get them unstable so that they're trying to force something against you and it ain't going to work.
Because you know that they've got more of a
They're
drive.
unstable.
They've
It's a
got a
bad
drive in the
speed
game.
up.
Yeah. And
You
they
speed
don't know.
up when you're stable and also when the ball is soft. So if you return short and soft, expect to speed up. So when you return, you don't want to give them soft balls.
Right.
Get it deep so you're putting pressure on them.
And this is how you compensate for being older
Yeah.
because you're wiser, because you know how to anticipate, you know how to set yourself up for success.
You have to, you know how you want to set your partner up for success too. So part
Right.
of your job as a partner is protect your partner by not putting it up so they get slammed. Yeah.
Yes.
Or protecting your partner or setting your partner up for the glory.
I do that all the time.
Set your partner up for the
Yeah.
high ball that they can put.
So we reset, if we reset it as the old, let's say there's a younger person who's our partner, be it male or female.
Yeah.
If we reset a ball that's come at us, it's a good chance that other person is a little off balance, maybe scrambling. They're going to put it up, and our partner has this glorious, yummy put away.
You set them up
And they
by
say,
keeping it down.
and if they're smart and sophisticated, they say, thank you. Thanks for the setup.
Uh-huh.
And you say, I'm happy to be there, happy to
Yeah.
be the
Yeah.
sidekick.
But you did the right thing. You kept it low. So, the high ball is a disaster. The
The
ball up
worst.
to the shoulders where they can snap it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a disaster. So it's the low ball that's going to help you in making a move, right or left. You're going to
Yeah.
find that some people really like their forehand. I have a lot of students that really like their backhand. You might want to choose one side or the other that they don't like. Just talk to
So
your
you
partner
have to,
about.
so you have to have mental acuity or visual to say, you know what? They're running around their backhand. That's how
Yeah.
much they hate it. They're trying to
And
do an inside
that
out
opens up
forehand.
space.
Yeah.
Running around your backhand is opening up space.
And then
Ankles.
they've got to run back and get back in position, all of
Yeah.
which is to your advantage. So have you ever been, you're famous, so it probably hasn't happened to you, but have you noticed other older players being treated with less than respect by younger partners or even opponents? Or is that, it's only happened to me a couple of times. Someone said something about my mother or my grandmother. I'm like, yeah, you want to meet me in the back alley? I'll take your lights out. What?
I've heard people say to me, "You're not bad for an old lady."
Yeah, that's not
You're
okay.
not bad for a short old lady.
Are they joking?
Mm,
No,
mm,
not
I
really.
don't know.
Wow,
Uh,
that's the height of disrespect. So
well,
what
I
is
don't
it?
know. I don't know. It's reality. It's reality.
Well, yeah, you're not bad for any age person. You're like really good. Hello. Anyone who's seen you knows you're very good. But
Well,
that
at
is
this stage in my life, Tracy, if I see, I don't play that much anymore, but I do coach a lot.
yeah, you do.
So I've made a choice, and I made this choice maybe 7 or 8 years ago
Okay.
that I would spend my time coaching and less time playing. So when I go to these major tournaments like the US Open, Senior Games,
Yes.
National Senior Games, I said I made a vow last year that I would get play ready, not coach ready.
Oh.
Play ready, not coach ready. And I did not keep my promise. So now I'm
Oh,
coach ready, but not play ready. And if you're a player, you play.
yeah. You
If
have to.
you're a
You have,
coach, you
yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
And if you're
Yes.
not one or the other, you're not sharp. You're
That's a
not
really
sharp.
great point. That's a great point. So, as we get older, do you think we should play more or less frequently, let's say in a week, if we have the option to stay sharp? I've found
To stay
I would,
sharp, you play.
but not every day, right? We should give our muscles time
Well,
to
I would say
recover.
4 to 1. I would say 4 to 1. And now let's say that I'm a player. I would play 3 or 4 times and drill really hard with similar level players that I'm not teaching
Okay.
to be sharp. Forget the coaching. Forget the
Right.
coaching. When you coach, you're feeding them balls
Endlessly.
the students can execute. You play for real. Give me a high ball. Yeah. Give me a low ball that's challenging. I'll get it back.
Yeah.
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 So, and it takes the modern game is really taken off. I love the change.
You
I
do.
love the speed.
Good. Good.
I
I like
love
it
the
too.
way the game has evolved.
Yeah.
No ball is sacred. You can speed up any ball you want.
Yeah. That's a great point. The old rules are out the window, but you have to have your fundamentals. But as an
Can you
older
block a hard
person,
ball? Can you
right?
block a hard ball and be counteractive?
Yep. That's what I find
Don't let them
myself
get.
doing.
I just played with a fellow today it was called a money ball tournament, and he would take a hard ball and just pop it right back to him, and they're going to speed up the next one.
Yep.
So how are you going to
Not,
handle that hard ball?
you're
Go
not
get
going to
it.
win the money that way.
Go get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's great. I think that it's important for us to know that our reflexes are somewhat slower, but we're out there still, so we should bring everything we can to the game. And not, I find that some of the older players in general rec play, where there's a mixture often of abilities, not only genders and ages, but that they'll say when somebody very good gets a bowl back, a difficult one, they go, yeah, he's young. I find that as rude as saying, you're pretty good for an old lady. It's like they didn't get it because they're young. I've seen a lot of fat young people sitting on their couch playing a video game. It's not because that person was young. They're an athlete and they care about what they're doing and they're paying attention. So I think we all need to be more respectful of what the
And
individual.
also Tracy, with all this stuff, like changing the dynamic of the game, where you start the story all over again. If I
Yes,
speed it up at you and you speed it right back at me, I might choose to reset
for sure.
rather than keep in the speed game because it's not there yet. So vary it. Even the pros are beginning to lob more in a
Right.
volley,
Wow.
especially on a volley, get them off the net. Now they're on defense. Yeah. But it's a
Interesting.
good lob.
We have many more topics to talk about because I could have sworn when I gripe and grumble about these rec players who use offensive lobs 50% of the time, I'm like, come on, guys, this is not how pickleball was intended to be played. Not that we compare ourselves to pros, because I don't think we should. They're playing in some other atmosphere, some other ether. But I've always said they don't lob. It's not really a game of lobbing any more than tennis was. You don't lob somebody who's,
But isn't it frustrating when you get with four people playing a game and they're lobbing every third or fourth shot and they're winning.
oh, of course they're going to
They're
win.
winning.
You know why they're going to win against me? Because I'm so up in my head, grumbling and grousing. In fact, your wonderful co-coach, Mindy Yoder, is brilliant at psychology, and I'm doing
Yeah.
a
And
few episodes with her about
when I
that.
see that, I say, can you develop some other shots? Can you develop some other shots?
Oh, it's so unpleasant. It's, you know what I say? I just say, go ahead. And then I go like this, and I don't even go for them. And I'm like, is this game going to
You
be
know
over? It's
what? I
like to
played
play
with a fellow
pickleball.
by the name of Paul Cash, and they were beating us 3 or 4 points with the lob, and that's all they could do to beat
Yep.
us. And Paul and I adjusted our game. So we said, if that's all they're going to do, we're going to hang back a little. We're going to hang back a little. They say get up to the net. Then they lost every point after that
So
by
that's what happened.
trying to beat you in over. They were all going out, or we hammered them, but they couldn't beat us in front.
So I just want to say, to wrap this up, that as an older person, they're going to lob us, in your case, because you're short, but we're older and they think they're not quick. They're not going to be able to run back for it. So you're either smart like me and you get a 25-year-old young male, in
There
which
you go. Tell him to
they
go get
cover it. They're dying to. They can't wait to go for it.
it.
But more importantly, is to understand what we can do to show them, nah, that's not going to work for you. You
Well,
think it's going to
I
work.
would say learn your footwork to go get your own lob,
But
you know,
also, if you're
see
being
it.
lobbed to death,
Yeah.
it's often because they look at you as old, so you're slower. But really, there's a way to counteract that, which is
Yeah.
to
Either hang
anticipate.
back a little or
Yes,
get better footwork because
exactly.
that can
Either
get
way,
it. Now, what you do with that lob is as important as getting it.
that's going to be our
What do you
next
do with
episode. What do you do with that
it?
damn lob?
Go
The
get it.
15th lob. Thank you so much, Deb. Everyone, please
Okay.
sign up for Pickle Pong Deb's YouTube channel. It's out of this world. You could spend hours looking at all the beautiful content she's put up there over the years. I look forward to more conversations with you, Deb Harrison. You're
Tracy,
very
thank you very much.